The day is ours!
A reading from 1 Samuel. Samuel said to Jesse, "Are these all your sons you have?" And he said, "There remains yet the youngest, but he is keeping the sheep." And Samuel said to Jesse, "Send and bring him, for we will not sit down until he comes here." He sent and brought him in. Now he was ruddy and had beautiful eyes and was handsome. The Lord said, "Rise and anoint him, for this is the one." Welcome to my channel. I'm Adam. I'm a butcher, a pastor, and a guy who still gnaws on a big fat steak at midnight, because why waste a good ribeye? This is Preachervore, meditations from the butcher's block. I don't rush here. We let the blade do the talking. We let the soul catch up. Now this 5-part meditation series from the block, called The Youngest, we will look at what it means to be the youngest, and how might that shape how you watch, tend, and care for your flock. I'm the youngest of 5, born in the 70s, when the world was already tired, when everything else felt like it had been tried before. Brothers had the first scars, the first cars, the first "I told you so." Me? I had the hand-me-downs. I was the baby, the easy one. When it came time for my mother to cut my pieces of meat for me in these little squares, just for me, "You're spoiled," she would often nod. Took a bite. Yep, I'm the baby. I'm spoiled. I thought I could use this title to my advantage over the years. But over time, I realized that it came with a cost, too. You ever walk into a room and feel like the joke's already been told? Like everyone's laughing at something you missed? Jesse lines up his sons like steaks on display. Eliab, tall, broad, looks like he could bench press a calf. Samuel thinks, "This is it." God says, "Nope, I don't see the height, I see the heart." Abinadab and Shammah, 7 boys, 7 clean shirts, 7 guys who never had to wait for the bus. 7 times God passes. I know that hush. In my house, being youngest meant you're last. You got the cracked mug. You learned to like silence because silence was where you could steal the last cookie and no one noticed. Sometimes I'd stand in the kitchen doorway, shoulder against the frame, listening to the voices around the table, hearing my name come up, but never being asked what I thought. Samuel finally says, "That's all." Jesse shrugs, almost embarrassed. Well, the youngest, he's way out with the sheep. Not invited, not dressed, smells like thrown away fat and wet grass, the fat cap where everyone else is after the juicy, dark red muscle meat. I've been that kid, always that afterthought, always that trim. But listen, here at the block, the flavor's never center cut. It's right up against the bone. It's the marbling. It's the fat. That's what makes the good old steak tender. Marbling some can tolerate. Fat that is on the outside, that's the part that people throw off and slice off and toss away. Well, I keep it. I savor it. I render it. I make stock from it. So you're not too late, my friend. You're just marinating. You are the hidden flavor that makes a steak taste really good. Some of you might have grown up like David. Backfield kids. Nobody's calling your name unless something breaks or someone needs a ride. You know what it is to hear. We don't think you'd be interested. In translation, we didn't think you'd mattered. Maybe your older siblings were the star athletes. Maybe your coworkers always get the credit. Maybe your church has a row of Eliabs, loud, shiny, front row folks, and you're holding the nursery door or stacking chairs when the lights go off. Now, I could tell you something from the block. The customers never see the hours before opening. The blood on the apron, the bone dust in the air, the quiet hum of the cooler, the rhythms of the saw, the smell of blood. They just see the glass cases, the lineups, the best cuts. But the real work, the selecting, the trimming, the cleaning, that happens when nobody's looking. God works like that. He does not run a deli counter, first come, first serve, ticket number, now serving ticket number 34. He's back behind, paying attention, watching the one who's still sweeping when everyone else has checked out. You think you missed your shot. You think you showed up too late to the party. But in God's locker, what everyone calls late is often just slow cooked, like a low temperature, long brisket smoke, building flavor, slowly mending both fire and smoke together in the heat. He's not in a hurry. He's not in a race to the top. It's a becoming, the habit of taking what the world ignores and molding it as the main course. Now, in our next reflection on Preachervore Meditations from the Butcher's Block, we'll be looking at what you do while you wait, because the youngest isn't lazy. He's watching.